Hello everybody, this is December and that means one thing, Christmas. In a few days from now, the entire Christian world will be celebrating Christmas. Christmas means different things to different people. To some it's all about the gifts and the presents that they exchange. To others it's about the Christmas trees and the lights and the glitter. Even in a country like Thailand, which is not Christian, the malls decorate with the giant Christmas trees and all the beautiful lights, and you even have Christmas carols running in the supermarkets and in the stores. For Christians, it has a much deeper meaning. For you see, Christmas is not just a festival. It's not just about the festivities. It's not about the presents or the trees or the lights. For Christians, it marks the day that God stepped into our world in the form of a helpless baby. The birth of Jesus, like the birth of any child, changed everything. But unlike just any ordinary human being, the birth of Jesus changed history to the extent that even history and time itself is demarcated by that birth. For Christians, that birth means that God stepped into our world. The ruler of the universe walked on foot on our earth. But it's amazing that Jesus came into the world as the baby. The one thing that we all love the most, the one thing that we all seem to find admirable, the beginning, the start of everything that's new. There are two main Gospels that speak about the birth of Jesus, Matthew and Luke. And each Gospel gives us different narratives. For Matthew, the announcement came to Joseph. For Luke, the announcement came to Mary. For Matthew, the Magi visited the baby. For Luke, the shepherds visited the baby. And yet in the compilation and the collation of those two Gospels, we have the more complete picture of how God became man. The Gospel of John does not give us a Christmas narrative, but it provides this verse, "And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us." But I ask you, what really happened that night? What was it that changed with the appearance of this baby? Why is the entrance of Christ into our world so significant? For your reflections this Christmas, I would like to suggest two reasons. Number one, the appearance of Christ gave the world a new hope. It's as if hope was born all over again. In a world that is spiraling out of control, in a world that is so confused and lost, in a world that sometimes feels it is the only one in the universe, Jesus brought hope. To every man, woman, child, hope re-entered the planet. Not just hope that tomorrow will be better than today. Not just hope that the coming year will be better than this year. But rather that hope that there is something more to life. There is something more to the universe. That there is a grander scheme of things. That there is an eternal destiny. Hope enables us to survive. And it is hope that allows us to wake up every morning and say, I will try this all over again. And Christmas, the birth of Christ, provides us with the greatest motivation for that lease on life. We call it hope. You may have a different word for it. But that night when Jesus was born in that manger, in that stable, this new hope for all of humanity was reborn. But there's a second thing that came with Jesus that night. Not just the songs of the angels, not just the worship and adulation of the Magi and the shepherds, not just the mystery of that birth, not just the wonder of Mary and Joseph. For you see, that night, love was born. This God who has been pronounced as the God who loves the world so much that he gave his only Son, finally demonstrated in that little manger that love is real. And to show just how real this love was, Jesus did not come as some great king or some great politician, some great artist or professional, some great rabbi or guru or teacher. No, he came as a baby. Human babies are helpless for a very long time, unlike most babies in the animal kingdom. They require the attention and the care of their parents for many years to come. And Jesus, by taking on that form, he made himself completely vulnerable to human care and attention. As if to say, this is how much I love you. Now, what will you give in return? For you see, Christmas is the birth of love. A love that would give itself completely and totally for someone else. In the case of Christ, the others he came for, the humans, you and I. We are not the lovely, we are not the lovable. We are people who are sometimes against God, who sometimes disobey God, who sometimes do whatever we like. And at times we abuse the planet he gave us, at times we ignore his presence, but in that manger, through that baby, God says, I'm here and I love you. I don't know what your Christmas plans are. I don't know if you will have sufficient time to sit down and reflect on what that birth of Jesus meant and what it means to us today. But if you do have that time, please take a moment to reflect on these two things that Jesus brought with him. Hope, a new lease on life, and love, a demonstration that God truly lives up to his word. I wish all of you a very blessed Christmas, and may the hope and the love of Christ rest in your heart for the coming year. Thank you.